Welcome, moviegoers. We have a very, very exciting penultimate episode of the season here. One that we have been, frankly, trying to do since this podcast's inception. This is a sad tale. This is a story that, nobody really wants to be the reality, but that is the world we live in. And today we are covering the March 2001 hit Exit Wounds.
Exit Wounds.
I'm here, your host, William Woods, along with my co-host.
Yeah, I am also here. I'm host number 1, Patrick.
And that's host number 2 because I'm your co-host for this one.
For this episode. So we go back and forth.
Yeah. As long as I'm host. As long as I'm host with the number 1 and your host ONE, I think we'll be off to a good start.
Oh, we're both 1.
We can both be 1.
That's fine with me because you're supposed to spell them out up to certified cinephiles.
Patrick's been learning a lot about script writing and all of that from his job at Disney Production Studios, and
they're making me take a grammar class. They say, I got good ideas. You're more than just a pretty face. You're more than an actor, but you're kind of dumb. So I learned Roman numerals. I learned when you spell out numbers and when you write them as numbers in prose, and I learned how to count to. I doubled how much I can count to.
Yeah, you're right on up there. I mean, he was counting for me earlier. And it was really...
Before I took this class, I could count to half as much as I can count to now.
Yeah, and all of you would be so surprised at the number. You would be really surprised at the number.
Go
you
ahead.
Can count to.
Guessed.
We don't need. Yeah,
Guess.
No, it's okay. They're okay.
500.
Yeah.
It's 500.
And he'll make you wait. He'll make you listen to every number he counts to.
Oh, should I do it?
So we're going over. No, we're going over the March 2001 Exit Wounds, and I'm making sure everybody knows this because this is pre 9/11, and this is a subject we'll get into at a later date. But post 9/11 cinema was drastically different from pre 9/11 cinema, and the movie that we're covering is Exit Wounds. It was a movie that starred not only Steven Seagal, but it starred Tom Arnold. It had Anthony Anderson in it and his hilariousness. And of course, it had Earl Simmons, a.k.a. DMX. Now, the reason why we're covering this movie today, and the reason why it's kind of surrounded by controversy, is we let you guys know about all of the mob ties, the Hollywood elitist deep state having a target on Seagal's back for a very long time and doing pretty much everything they could to drown him out and have him never make a movie ever again, which he then persisted. Exit Wounds.
And yet, he persisted.
Exit Wounds was the last movie Warner Brothers had him make. And
mind-blowing.
He saw the warning signs, he saw the finish line, and he decided that he needed to make this movie a threat to not only his competition in the acting world, but more so a threat to the United States government and
Check.
Of course the Hollywood elitist deep state. Pat, why don't you talk to us a little?
Guys.
Why don't you talk to us a little bit about Steven Seagal's plan here?
So, if you've watched this movie, as I hope you have, This movie is full of action. It's one of the most action-packed flicks I've ever goddamn seen. Have you seen a more action-packed flick?
Never in my life.
No. So, Seagal, the salty dog that he is, he's savvy as all hell. He knows he's going to go out in a flame of glory. So, there's so many explosions in this movie. He blasts through Warner Brothers' budget, literally, with explosions. It's incredible. This movie is like watching a 2-hour firework display, if you count the credits, which I do. I love sitting through the credits.
So not only did Seagal use the entirety of the budget for this movie in its entirety on explosions, he then fronted the remainder of the movie's costs by himself because he was so adamant about the pyrotechnics and the explosions in this. Because he was like, look, if you want to know what I can do if you fuck with me, this is it. And
do it in the voice.
All right, here we go. Sorry, you caught me off guard. I got it because with Seagal,
worries.
you got to get there. You got to get there.
I know. I saw the process on your face.
If you want to fuck with me, you're gonna have to pay the price. Yeah. Now,
you got more?
Now, well, Patrick, you got a good one. You got a good one.
What should I say though?
You should say, you should talk about why you cast DMX in this movie.
Do you know why he cast DMX in this movie? Oh, I do know why he cast DMX in this movie. Oh yeah, me and DMX go way back. Like, we went to computer school together. We sat in the back. We learned how to hack computers together. And I was actually the motherfucker that told him he should get into rapping. He was like a nerdy hack. He was a nerdy hacker and all that.
Damn,
motherfucker.
That was amazing. Whoa.
I mean, I watched that YouTube interview earlier. I'm sorry I choked in the middle on a...
That was perfect.
Pistachio.
So, not only did Seagal load up this movie with explosions, weapons, and his insane fighting style, but also he showed the world that Earl Simmons, known as DMX, is not just a rapper. He is a weaponized human being with absolutely uncanny ability.
The uncanny X-Man. DMX was the closest this world ever got to an X-Men like superhero, and he was robbed from us. I don't think we'll ever see anyone that close to becoming a real-life X-Men like DMX was.
It's true. Not only was he highly sophisticated with his computer hacking skills, but also his martial arts ability, which was in full display in this movie. I mean, he was taking on Seagal one-on-one, which says, I think, more than its fair share, and really does speak for itself.
And Seagal doesn't believe in scripted fight scenes. He doesn't believe in choreography. When he writes a script, he just writes, "We fight, motherfucker," and then it's just a real fight with him. So what you're seeing play out on screen is real.
He's been known to break.
They go at it for
Mm-hmm. He's been known to actually seriously injure a lot of his castmates from his fight scenes.
He'll kill them if they break character. He will kill. He's like, I'm gonna kill you if you break character during this fight, motherfucker.
And he can do it very easily. He knows certain pressure points and all of that, like on the neck and wrist and stuff, that he can put people to sleep, and he chooses when you wake up. And if he doesn't want you to wake up, you're donezo. You're donezo. So best not to be on his bad side. Before we continue, we just want to say a thank you to our new lawyer, Jose Baez. He is known for his criminal defense firm down there in Florida. He has covered several different what are they called, Pat?
Tragedies?
Yes.
Atrocities?
Atrocities. He has covered and defended so many atrocities. He wanted us to bring up some of his case spotlights. So, of course, he's best known for getting Casey Anthony a not guilty verdict in the slaying of her daughter.
And that's good. Right? That's good for us that guy is defending us now.
Yeah.
Because we're not guilty.
So he defended a CIO of $1 billion hedge fund, got him clear of all charges. Louisiana man to be released from prison after being sentenced to 39 years at hard labor for manslaughter. Cardiologist acquitted of 50 counts related to healthcare fraud. And just recently, he defended an Ohio doctor and cleared him of 25 counts of murder. So, yeah. So, thank you, Jose Baez, for covering us pro bono. To our old lawyer, this was the LRS Associated. That was the firm that was representing Accutane. They decided to part ways with us. And
guess what? My skin's never been clear, motherfuckers. Fuck you.
Yeah, so now we have this brand new, very cool lawyer that's gonna help us out.
A lot of friends did reach out to us. They said, you gotta stop partying with your lawyers. You gotta stop being friends with them. And so
it's hard not to. It's hard not to.
Did we overcorrect? This guy seems like he only defends the bad guys.
Well, he actually presented himself to us. We put it out on Craigslist that we needed a lawyer as soon as possible, that we were facing over $3 million in lawsuits from various attorneys across the United States, and including several defamation lawsuits from our previous childhood actor, now turned lawyer representatives. And so he was all for it. And now, he's talking like, we're gonna countersue and all of that stuff. And it's pretty cool. Like we might actually make money. So pretty neat.
I mean, I guess it's not that bad. He's just doing his job, right?
Just doing his job.
It's not... I mean, good thing we didn't say anything about how this case has been getting a lot of press in the news. So it's not like he knew about that and that's why he reached out to us or anything.
Yeah. No, he's a good man. He's a good lawyer. And thank you, Mr. Baez, for representing us during all this.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
thank you, sir.
He gave us a lot of recommendations on how to kind of get away with things that other lawyers have been upset with us about. So now we know how to get away with certain things. And it's actually pretty cool. It's very nice of him to lay it out for us. I mean, this guy really told us about a lot. So we just are appreciating him. Anyways, this movie, Pat, overall thoughts of this movie, because I, for one, this is hands down my favorite movie of all time.
You sly dog.
What?
This is your favorite?
Well, of course. I've told you that from the moment I was born.
I thought it was a different movie. I don't know. I thought you had a different favorite movie for some reason. This movie gets 2 3-pointers, which is a 6-pointer, which in basketball doesn't exist. But if it did, that would be an insane shot.
I'd call that a baker's
dozen. It's a really
dozen.
good movie.
I'd call that a baker's dozen. If I was big into basketball, I'd call that a baker's dozen right there.
He hits the baker's dozen for 6.
In bowling, they got
And
cool
one.
names. In bowling, if you get 1 strike, that's a 1 strike. And then you get 2 strikes, that's just 2 strikes. But when you get 3, that's a turkey. They call that a turkey. They call that turkey. I'm saying we need 2.
But strike is cool. Strike is a cool strike. Like basket. Basket sucks.
I think basket's actually really fun. If you think about it, just saying the word basket when a player shoots one. Wow.
Basketball.
Yeah. Absolutely, takes me out of there.
Basketball.
But sorry, Pat.
Basket. That's dribbling is basket, 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 and then shooting is ball. Basketball. Basket, basket, basketball.
Oh, and that right there is his 3rd baker's dozen for the night, which gives him a full wedding cake.
A wedding cake of bread. That's what I order at the bakery.
Whoa. Oh, man, you're getting me hungry.
18 slices of bread, please. A wedding cake of bread.
Hey, bread's the best food in the entire world. I love it. I will stand by it. I will defend it. It is the friend that sits at my table. I invite it into my home. And I will stab... Sorry, I retract... Wait, what did he say? I retract...
He said, don't incite violence! He said, don't incite violence.
I retract... I retract the violence I just incited, and I will kiss anybody that messes with bread.
He told you to say that?
He said kind of use a fun, fluffier word. Kiss sounds pretty fun and fluffy to me. But I mean, it could be anything. It could be
Why
hug.
would you say kiss, though? I don't understand why you would say
It's just
kiss.
the first thing that came to mind because I want to kiss a baguette right now. I want to dip it. You know what I like to do? I like to buy a fresh baguette.
Bill's hungry. Bill's hungry.
Just bear with me for a sec, okay? You know how they buy those tubs of sauce? You know how they have those tubs of sauce and they're like, I can't believe it's not butter. And it's just like dipping sauce?
Smart choice or whatever.
So, yeah.
Are you talking about like...
I can't believe it's not butter. Butter, it's Kroger's version's butter. It's not, Earth or country.
You use it as
crock.
dipping sauce?
It's a dipping sauce. It says right there on the thing. It says, I can't believe it's not butter. It's sauce. And so you put that in the microwave, you heat it up, and then you can just dip. It's amazing. But, well, what I'll do, I actually keep it cold. And I'll just drive around in my car, and I'll make my way home from the grocery store. I'll just take that baguette and I'll rip it apart, and I'll just be dipping it in the cold sauce. I like that. Country crock is good. Yeah, I would say country crock's right on up there for number 1. But I can't believe it's not butter, or butter it's not.
What's Crisco? What's shortening made out of?
Well, Crisco's lard, isn't it? That stuff's really tasty.
I haven't had any in a while.
Oh man, there's nothing better than a scoop of Crisco on a hot iron grill, where you can pop some potatoes on there. Some taters on there.
Taters on the Crisco grill.
Sorry.
We're really off subject,
Yeah,
Bill.
we got off subject.
I know our stomachs are growling, but we got to get back in.
We got to get back in. Pat, tell me your initial thoughts on this movie. I mean, I was the one that made you watch it.
This movie, to bookend, of course, we have one last episode, as Bill said at the beginning of this episode, but to sort of bookend season 2 with a couple, of course, episode 1 was about Asian connection, and why are you doing that?
I'm excited. I like to lick my lips when they're chapped.
You're being like a snake. You can't do that. Not everyone.
Nobody can see.
It's distracting to me. It's making me.
Sorry, I won't lick my lips then. They'll just friggin'
You're doing it like a
crack.
big snake. You're not doing it like a regular person.
Can you blame me? My lips are very chapped. It's very dry here in California.
Well, lick them like a regular... You're not supposed to lick your lips. That's bad for chapped lips.
My lips are freaking chapped. Too much sun, too
You
dry.
guys can't believe how this guy's licking his lips on here. It's disgusting. If you can hear it, I'm sure, but it's disgusting.
Oh, God. It's just a second of relief, and then they get real chapped all over again. Sorry.
Yeah, they're probably getting worse every time you tongue them.
I'm really sorry I distracted you, but God, my lips are chapped. Damn it.
This movie, I'm going to go ahead and say that I like this movie more than Asian Connection. I mean, they're both great. But this one, I think he was a little bit... I love pre-9/11 movies more than post-9/11 movies anyway. And this is like just right before... This is like on the eve of 9/11. This movie has such... This movie, more than any other movie, has 9/11 is happening at that exact moment. Energy.
Yeah. It absolutely does, and it's actually enjoyable to watch. I mean, so many things pre-9/11 are so much better than post-9/11. Let's talk about this. Pre-9/11, Pokemon was invented. SpongeBob was invented. Bread.
Scooby-Doo.
Hot dogs.
Who?
Yeah, Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, who I am playing in a modern role as a black, gay high schooler.
Yeah.
HBO's Velma.
Humble
Check out the
brag.
second season
brag.
coming out early 2024.
Humble brag. Absolutely amazing. So proud of you, Pat. Cannot wait for you to get your foot in the door there and let me in.
Who's Humble Brag?
No, you're
Who's Humble Brag?
Humble brag. Humble brag. Humble bragging. Hashtag humble.
I was just bringing up. Well, you brought up Scooby-Doo, so I'd be like,
David Letterman was pre 9/11. Jimmy Fallon's post 9/11.
Exactly. So, no, you don't need to say anything else.
Paw Patrol is post 9/11. Pre 9/11 was Bob the Builder. Post 9/11 is freaking Peppa Pig. We got Coco Melon's post 9/11. Pre 9/11 was Cat Dog.
Yeah.
You know what else was made?
He's spitting.
You know what else was made
Ooh,
before
he's
9/11?
spitting.
Okay, Snickers bars pre 9/11, Cliff bars post 9/11.
Ugh.
Okay.
Ugh.
Just saying. Lunchables pre 9/11, lean cuisine post 9/11. Think about it. Yeah. Yeah. Dunkaroos pre 9/11. You know what post 9/11 is? Those stupid frickin' go things, and it's just cheese and grapes. And nuts.
Those suck.
Yeah, that's
protein.
That's post
protein
9/11.
to go.
Yeah, absolute.
Pre 9/11, John Elway. Post 9/11, Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh God, you're exactly right on target. That's probably one of the best examples you have. I mean, just think about who John Travolta is. Pre 9/11, he was Grease. He was Face Off, and post 9/11.
Post 9/11, he's just greasy.
He's Greasy Zombie, and his son died.
Yeah, he probably fucking raped his son to death.
I think you got to retract that, Pat. I think you need to retract that.
Do you think Jose will be mad?
I think Baez will be very upset with us, and I think you need to retract that.
Do I have to cut that out?
No, you can leave it in, but as long as you just retract it.
By the power invested in me by Jose Baez, our attorney at law, I retract that last statement about John Travolta post 9/11 raping his son to death.
See,
I am hereby exonerated.
Just a better world for us. Pre 9/11.
If we retract, yes,
So-
and we.
So yeah, point's been made. But yeah, sorry, Pat. We definitely got off topic about how you felt about this movie.
I mean, who's my favorite rapper?
DMX.
It's Big Crit, but DMX is second. And Big Crit doesn't act, as far as I know. So DMX is my favorite rapping actor. R.I.P. And I mean, I love Romeo Must Die. I love DMX. And when him and one of my favorite action stars, a man who is basically doing what we're doing, but from the inside, or at least at that time he was doing, he was on, at least at that time he was on the inside. He was doing what we're doing, but on the inside. And I'm talking about Steven Seagal. So to watch that history play out on the silver screen just blew my damn mind.
The entire movie is a huge middle finger to not only just Warner Brothers, but the entire city of the entire Hollywood part.
The sign to the whole Hollywood sign.
To the whole sign.
Just like flipped off the whole Hollywood sign.
Yeah, Los Angeles is weird because there's so many different cities within Los Angeles, and personally, I live in Los Angeles technically, but I don't actually understand where I live. I really don't know. So
yeah, sometimes he's like on his way to the grocery store and he's like, I don't know how I got on the highway. My grocery store is like 3 blocks away from me. And he just starts screaming.
Completely lost. Yeah.
And then I just have to remind him, it's okay, you're in Hollywood. Count the celebrities and the cars around you. And that usually kind of calms him down.
Oh, man. What celebrity did I just see?
You saw James Corden.
I saw James Corden at Aldi. No, but who did I see at Home Goods? Oh my God, it was amazing. And I almost
You
said
saw
hi.
Florence and the Machine, didn't you?
Florence Pugh, thank you. Not Florence and the Machine, but Florence Pugh. I saw her at Home Goods, and I was pretty nervous, so I didn't say anything. But she was smelling candles, and it was very exciting. This was
You said that you went up to her and said,
No,
"Whoa, what are the odds to see you this
No.
summer?" Okay.
No.
All right. Oh, yeah. I retract that. Will did not hit on Florence Pugh.
I didn't say anything to her. I didn't acknowledge her existence.
And he didn't make a midsummer pun.
I didn't scare her or anything. I didn't have the authorities called on me for any of that. I simply just said, you know what? I'm actually super chill with celebrities because I'm in Los Angeles, and so it just so happened that there were police outside of the Home Goods after this interaction. There was no interaction. And the police, when I
Jose's calling me. I don't think we should be talking about this. He might be in the live stream.
Okay, well, I'm simply going to say that it was a misunderstanding. It was a misunderstanding. And then I'm actually chill.
Love you, Florence. You rock.
Yeah.
Come on the pod.
Excited. Sorry about the Scarlet Witch stuff that you had going on.
Yeah,
I shouldn't be talking about this. Oh, my God. Yeah, in this movie, we see explosions left and right, out the wazoo, extremely violent car accidents in this movie. If you are the type of person that doesn't wear a seatbelt, I suggest you watch this movie because you'll wear a seatbelt from now on. Also, you might be terrified of being in a car from now on because the amount of absolutely fatal car crashes that you see in this movie that kill everybody except for Steven Seagal because he is a real life Superman. It's a big number. But DMX, not only do we get to showcase Earl Simmons, also known as DMX, rest in peace, we get to showcase his true talents in this, which is that he's a total computer whiz that knows how to hack a lot of things like Matrix style, create huge websites like Amazon, but also he can kick butt, and he uses his head like a fist. His freaking head, he uses his head so much like a freaking fist. It's absolutely amazing. And little known fact about DMX.
He means literally too, not just using his brain to his advantage. He literally headbutts people a lot.
He came up with his own martial arts. And yeah, it's called the Defcon Jam style. And he uses his head like a fist. It's absolutely amazing. He's like a bull. But the way that he uses it, it's so absolutely out of this world. And he's totally, in my opinion, it actually goes to show why DMX was up for the part of Neo in The Matrix. And it's a damn shame. I love Keanu. I stand by him. He's a friend at my table, and I will love him forever and ever, and I will kiss anybody that says otherwise. But for DMX to be Neo in The Matrix, that movie would have been 1,000 times more successful. Just saying.
Not a lot of people want to talk about it, but the Wachowski sisters are racist.
Yeah. And sorry to burst everybody's bubble, and you got to separate the art from the artist, but the Wachowski sisters, they're very progressive and welcoming and inclusive about a lot of things, but when it comes to race, it's hard. It's a hard R for them.
Super racist.
It's a hard R for their racism. Sorry, Wachowskis.
Do you know how much... Guess why Lawrence Fishburne isn't in the new one?
Yeah, I'll give you one guess.
Yeah.
And the hint, it comes with... let's just say a little bit of let's just say a little hint of the last name. Oh shit.
Fishburne? What?
Yeah.
Oh, like he's sleeping with the fishes?
Oh.
What did you mean?
Well, because he's Jewish.
He's a black guy.
Black people can be Jewish. I know a black Jewish woman, and she's very Jewish, and she's doing amazing things.
Is Lawrence Fishburne a Jewish man?
With that
Lori
last
Lightfoot?
name? With that last name?
Are you talking about Lori Lightfoot?
Lori Lightfoot is one of the best mayors Chicago has ever had.
Are you telling me that Lori Lightfoot is a Hasidic Jew?
Is there... Well, I don't know what Hasidic technically means, but yeah, Lori Lightfoot's
an Orthodox?
Jewish. I don't think she's Orthodox. No, I don't think she's Orthodox, but I do think she practices Judaism. And her wife is also Jewish, right?
Whoa. She's a lesbian Jewish woman?
Is Lori Lightfoot Jewish? Let's see. I could have sworn...
Is Lawrence Fishburne Jewish?
Of course he is, with a name like that.
Wait a minute, did you do a Jewish voice?
No.
Back there you did.
What are you talking about?
You did a Jewish voice earlier when I brought up Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, boy.
And he's not even Jewish.
Is that how it came off? That sucks. Oh, man. I gotta get better at my impressions. Because these are getting real rough. I'm gonna get canceled.
I think Jose's getting us off our game. I'm just worried about everything now.
In a video game, Lawrence Fishburne's Jewish. In a video game, Lori Lightfoot's Jewish.
I feel better now.
And
anyways, the Wachowski sisters are off the record.
That's the thing. That's what Bias was saying. We have to say off the record. Yes.
Okay, everything so far is off the record. Everything from now on is on the record.
Yeah.
For this episode.
I think from how Baez explained off the record, we have to say off the record immediately after our statement. Or wait, is it before? Oh, shoot. Pat, the chat is giving us... The chat's giving us equally confusing advice. We're getting equally confusing advice from the chat right now.
Wait, but what if I use... So I just put... We retract everything in this episode at the beginning and the end of it.
See, this is why you're the ideas guy. This is why... Absolutely genius. Of course.
Off the record.
Of course.
Or off the record.
Yeah. Okay, so... Okay. We retract... Here, Pat, you make the official statement.
Okay. I'm gonna cut this part and put it at the beginning and the end too. This is Patrick of Certified Cinephiles speaking on behalf of William Woods and Jose Baez. The following / preceding podcast is off the record. Thank you and enjoy / I hope you enjoyed this. Back to the show. Or Not till your next podcast.
Certified cinephiles. Pat, that was amazing. You might as well be a lawyer. You're so good. We should take the bar.
I got a little clunky.
We should take the bar just for shits and giggles and see what's up.
I'll take a Kit Kat bar.
This guy. Have you ever heard somebody make you laugh more, folks? For listeners out there, have you ever had anybody make you laugh more? Because I'm crapping in my pants laughing at this. This reminds me of
the Wachowskis are racist,
yeah.
And they wouldn't let DMX be Neo. But luckily, DMX and Steven Seagal had that computer class together, and they sat in the back and they learned how to hack. And they talked about a lot of things. And one of the things they talked about was when they die, they both wanted to be driven around in New York in a monster truck.
Mm-hmm. They actually bonded over this. Look, it's like it was one of like the biggest, things that they got along with.
Yeah, they're like DMX was like, I'm not gonna do his voice because that would be racist.
Yeah.
But I'll do Steven Seagal's. No, that's confusing. DMX said, when I die, I want a monster truck to drive my corpse around New York, motherfucker. And Steven Seagal said, damn, motherfucker, that's what I want too. And they just bonded. And I guarantee you, he may not be allowed in New York City while he's alive, but someone will be driving his corpse around New York City in a monster truck. Probably someone from the Rough Riders set.
Yeah, if you did miss that episode, Seagal is no longer able to set foot in probably even New Jersey, let alone New York, because of
and most of New England.
Yeah, any sort of, like the Italian mob has a huge gripe against Seagal for a lot of reasons. And, Seagal plays it safe. And, it's kind of the thing where the law really can't protect him. And he's kind of on his own. But, if you're interested, go back to our first episode and listen to Asian Connection, where we talk at length about the absolutely insane struggles and total badassery that Seagal put up with the New York mob. Okay.
Must be the money.
One thing that I just wanted to say that is very sad was that Seagal couldn't be there for DMX's memorial service. And we just want to say that it is not an easy thing to talk about the death of DMX. And we are not making light of it by any circumstance, but we do want to talk about the truth here. And we want to be completely transparent with you when we say that DMX was an enemy to the Hollywood elitist deep state. And this man didn't simply have a fentanyl overdose. No. This was a targeted attack. And
I personally think it was the Wachowski sisters that killed him.
No.
They both are part of the Hollywood deep state.
Pat,
but Will won't let me announce that on here.
Pat, we talked about this.
He says I don't have enough evidence.
Pat, because we have to cover our tracks. And every statement that we've made on our podcast, can we say this part's on the record? So on the record, every
the whole
statement...
thing will be... Don't worry, you don't have to say it anymore because I'm going to do that thing, remember?
But
you
if
want
I
it to
want
be on
something
the record, though.
Yeah, so on the record, everything that we've said on this pod... Well, no, hear me out. On the record, everything we've said on this podcast has been thoroughly investigated and researched by us, and we can confirm that it is factual.
The before everything you said before that or after that?
After that, everything I just said.
So now everything's factual?
Oh, no, I'm saying that I'm saying that on the record, everything. So on the record, this is what I do want to be on the record. Everything that we have talked about on the show, every single episode that we've done, anything that we have brought and talked about has been heavily researched and is factual. Yeah. This is factual data and not opinion. We are not an opinion based. We are fact.
That's fine.
And so that is on the record.
Yeah, that's fine.
So that part is on the record. So everything that we say
that's already implied.
Is fact.
That's already implied. So, everyone knows that we're like serious about this shit.
Yeah, of course I hated that. I'm already kicking myself because, Patrick, I didn't want to negate your theory because you're full of genius ideas and really we would be completely lost without you. I mean, it was you, years and years ago that turned me on to how David Lynch, is actually PSYOP and how...
the Wachowskis are racist. I was the one that showed you that the Wachowski sisters are racist.
The things that you've showed me from, Beyonce and Jay-Z's Illuminati stuff, all the way to Tom Hanks being part of the Lizard Agenda has absolutely changed my brain.
Did you watch that episode of Seinfeld I told you to watch?
Yeah. You said the entire third season, which is an incredible season. It's super funny. It does really pick up then. It does really pick up.
I couldn't remember. Okay.
First two, a little boring. I think they're
getting
their footing. But yeah, you were totally right. Third season was right on the money.
Yeah, but you can tell, like, you see the satanic imagery in those episodes.
Yeah. All over.
I mean, I'm glad you're enjoying it, but also pay attention to all the magic going on. And I'm not talking good magic. I'm talking dark magic. I'm talking satanic magic.
So amongst being very heavily trained in, I don't know what you call it, Krav Maga, Pat? What's your self-defense?
I don't want to talk about all this again. Don't talk about me again. I do know Krav Maga. Yeah.
Okay, so on top of that, he's also very knowledgeable about the dark arts. And
this is actually something you need to not talk about on the pod or off the pod, because if you invite some of this, if you're not ready for it and you invite this stuff into your life, it could ruin you. Okay?
I just can't help it. I'm a little curious.
No.
I'm a little curious. Because if you have an interaction with a ghost and you're having the interaction with a ghost, then now for sure you know that ghosts exist. Because whenever somebody says, oh yeah, I saw a ghost, there's part of me that just because I've never experienced anything with a ghost, I'm like, yeah, maybe. I kind of doubt them.
All I'm saying is if you go walking around talking to ghosts, asking ghost questions, eventually they are going to start answering. And I can't be a podcast co-host, ONE. I can't be podcast host, ONE, with a guy who's possessed.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair, Pat. And for that, I'll respect you. But I just want everybody to know, and this is another humble brag in my opinion, but Pat, are you okay? Pat. Oh. Pat, please. Pat, come back. Pat, come back. Come back. Pat.
What?
You were freaking speaking tongues like Harry Potter. You were speaking tongues like Voldemort ass.
No.
Yes, you were speaking tongues like Voldemort ass. Harry Potter and Voldemort ass. Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't. I was not.
Pat.
I was right here. I was talking about Steven Seagal.
We haven't talked about Steven Seagal in over several minutes. You were speaking tongues.
No, we're talking about...
And your eyes were flickering in the back of
We just
their
watched
heads.
Asian Connection. And now we're talking Steven Seagal.
Oh my God. I'm literally shaking right now.
Let's start the second season. Why are you fucking around? We got to start the second season of Certified Cinephiles.
Are you serious? Is your entire brain wiped from everything that you said was off the record?
brain wiped.
Yeah, we're now on our 11th episode, technically our 11th episode, which would actually be more the 12th.
Are you counting the episodes from... we haven't done an Oscar special.
Oh my God, Pat. We did an Oscar special. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once won everything. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once won everything.
Oh no.
Even Remy's getting spooked. Even your dog Remy's getting spooked.
What are you doing, girl?
You went ghost. Remy, attack. If it's a demon, Remy, if it's a demon, attack. Attack. Oh my God. I'm scared shitless right now. If I was wearing your corduroys, I'd be covering them in piss. No doubt about it. I'd be covering those things in piss. Scaring me half to death.
Okay. So apparently I went through a time warp. And I don't remember doing any of the second season.
Are you serious? We got to rewatch all of these movies and we got to redo the whole second season?
Yeah.
All right. I know I'm not supposed to do this. But you told me about when this happens, how I have to get you back.
How?
Well, you actually emailed me this spell book right here. For all the listeners out there that can't see this video, I have a green leather-bound spell book that Patrick sent me in cases where this very thing would happen. So, memory loss.
I don't remember doing that.
Are
you sure that it was me?
Patrick, hear me.
That's mine?
Venusaur, Blastoise, Charmander, Flapple, Mimikyu EX, Metagross, Dark Goldback, Dark Arbok, Dark Caesar, Dark Blastoise, Dark Houndoom, Light Arcanine, Light Dragonite, Light Azumarill, Dusknoir, Molotov, Graveyard, Radiant Sarina, Metagross, Dialga Latias EX, Tyranitar, Dick Suckamos, S Lickamos, Blow Yo Lodamos, yeah. Patrick, are you there?
Yeah.
Who won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress?
It was damn it, I know her. I can see her. It wasn't
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
No.
She's got a name like that. I personally can't remember, but she's got a name like that, right?
Yeah, she was from Everywhere, All at Once. I know that.
Ah, he is back. All right.
And that was actually a commercial for Alpha Brain.
Hits.
Is your brain moving slow? Feel like you're possessed by a demon? Get Alpha Brain. It'll help you get right back on track. Are you depressed? Severely? Do you have bipolar disorder? Are you going through a fugue state? Try Alpha Brain. It could solve all your problems.
With one daily dose of 10 milligrams of blue pill, all of your life's problems will go away, guaranteed. Try Alpha Brain today by going to the website alphabrain.com/certified cinephiles for 10% off.
Thank you.
All right, Pat. Now we are back here, and you know.
Do you think that the people will know that the advertisements are on the record?
Well, we did say that the advertisements are on the record because we did say that for what is on the record, everything that we do say is factual. So in that case, advertisements are so we're good. All right, Pat, let's get down to it. What was a part that left you speechless or made you cry?
the scene that made I didn't cry during this movie. I smiled a lot, and my heart was pounding, and I enjoyed every damn minute of it, but I did not cry. But I would say the scene where Steven Seagal is he's the one. What's the word for traffic control? He's controlling. What's the word?
He's an air.
He's directing
officer.
traffic.
Yeah, he's in traffic
with his little
officer.
whistle. He gets demoted. For the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he's demoted.
He has to direct traffic with a little whistle, and he causes mayhem. He gets everyone into big wrecks. People are fighting because they crash their cars into each other because this meathead doesn't know how to direct traffic.
It's hilarious.
It was awesome.
I love that scene. For me, the scene that left me speechless, borderline cried, was when DMX finally beats Seagal's ass, and then with his DEF CON Jam martial arts, shows him that he actually has been researching all of these crooked cops for the better part of like 6 months, and he's just trying to get his brother free from jail. That is truly my favorite part.
It's a great twist, you know. It just adds a layer to this movie that really it's honestly a great metaphor for what we're doing. We're outsiders trying to free our brothers. Carrot Top.
Free Top.
Wee Man.
We're
trying to free these people.
And so much more. Yeah, that part really did it for me. Pat, of course, now you know what time it is. What was your God tier scene?
Okay, this might be kind of out of left field, but oh my God tier scene was when all the cops are in the locker room. It's boys' time, you know.
They're having fun.
They're having fun, and they're playing with a taser, and I could have watched them tase each other all day long.
They were
going
psycho mode with that taser. It was amazing.
It was awesome. I just wished I was in there with all those guys tasing each other.
Oh, I loved it. I wish that for you, Pat, that you could be in that club. Do you think you could take on 30 volts?
Oh, yes. I could take on twice that.
Holy shit. Because that was amazing. And
what's after 500?
501.
I can only count.
501. 502.
I think I could take on 501 volts.
Wow, that actually might be able to... That would probably kill you, but...
But also, I can count to 501 now.
There you go. Good job, Pat. For me, the God tier scene was a tie. You see a lot of very nice bosom in this. You see some good women's breasts.
Yes.
And there's no denying the fact that I truly feel, from a very like feminist standpoint, that this was like very like pro women and like pro sex work, all that stuff, because the tits you see in this are absolutely amazing tits. And one of like, there's a scene where two girls are covering each other's tits in paint, and then they put it on glass, and it's just really cool. I just thought it was a very artistic choice. But also the scene where Chief Hinges blows the corrupt police officer Captain McGill to bits, just fucking shoots him, doesn't say, hey, you're gonna get a trial or anything. He's just like, no, I'm your executioner, bitch. And with his shotgun, blows off his hands, blows his guts, and
it's awesome.
Yeah, and then the next thing he says to Seagal was that he fought in Vietnam. I just thought that was absolutely God tier.
Now that's just desserts.
Damn, I wish I could think of lines like that. That is just desserts. All right, now our least favorite part, and this one's pretty hard for me. I had to phone this one in because I mean, this is my favorite movie of all time. But Patrick, what is maybe something you agree with the critics on with this?
I thought that there shouldn't have been any humor in this movie. It was too silly. I mean, I love Tom Arnold. We didn't talk about him enough. There's another great scene where he's just surrounded by titties in the strip club. I love that, but I didn't think this movie needed any jokes or any comedic actors like TK or Tom Arnold.
Yeah, Anthony Anderson and Tom Arnold, I actually felt... See, I'm a hard disagree with you because they are so fucking funny in this.
Nah.
And I felt like it needed it. The movie needed some reprieve from the absolute onslaught of explosions. I mean, my ears were going deaf from my TV, from how loud that shit was. Absolutely amazing.
Everyone knows that you laugh at explosions, so why do you need more? Like, you're laughing through the explosions.
You can never have enough laughter. You know, that's something that my mom has always said to me, and it's something that I stand by. And this world really needs to know you can never have enough laughter. And even in the hard
next
times,
you're going to tell me
you can laugh.
Next, you're going to tell me you want this to be a comedy podcast.
Never. That I'm not trying to go against our mission here. I'm just saying that you can never laugh. You can never laugh enough. And
thank you.
Yeah, I would never do that ever to you. For me, agreeing with the critics, it just, we needed more explosions. I mean, truly, I know that they maxed out the amount of explosions, but I mean, really, I was in it for the explosions. From the beginning of this movie, things are just exploding, cars are crashing, things are getting wrecked, and it pumps me up. It gets me excited. It gets me so excited. I start yelling. I just start screaming like uncontrollably. It brings out a very primal part of me, and you know, no matter what Liver King says about an all-meat diet or Wim Hof and your ice baths, there's nothing that's going to do more of a testosterone boost than watching cars exploding and watching car crashes. And really,
and laughing or screaming at the top of your lungs.
Yeah, really, any sort of like big thing. Like there's the video of Bud Dwyer, that judge that was found, to be corrupt, and he killed himself live on TV. Just that video alone, I just love watching. I don't watch it too often because I don't want to ruin it for me, But it's just one of those I keep in my back pocket. I love it. There's
once a month or so, I usually watch that.
I love it. There's a video where this family pulled their son who drowned in the Amazon River. They pull his remains from the Amazon River, and half of his body had been eaten by piranhas after he drowned. You have to understand that piranhas are not predatory in the sense they're really not going to mess with you unless you're...
They're more so vultures.
But this boy, it was just bones. Like Two-Face, half his face was floating above the surface. Stuff like this just really, pumps me up. So highly recommend this for boosting your testosterone.
Yeah.
And I could use more.
He makes me watch a beheading video or like hostage videos or like live stream shooting videos like before every recording session.
Because, you would be really amazed at the amount of like Facebook Live archives there are of people doing drive-by shootings, people taking their own life, that kind of thing in a video game on Facebook Live. Is this off the record?
You said everything was factual.
But
and
not
true, and we did research.
Well, I'm not going to deny the fact that this
record.
isn't true, because this is true. This is factual.
But it's off the record.
But it is off the record.
I think we're good.
God, we really got to talk to Baez about this. He really should have made it clear for us. He gave us this stupid sheet. Where's this sheet? I left it in the bathroom. He gave us this sheet, this bullet pointed sheet of things that we need to say because we have... He said that we have a pattern of saying these very bad things that get us into these libel and defamation lawsuits. And
we keep indicting or condemning ourselves.
Yeah. And he gave it...
condemning.
Do you have that sheet by you? I left mine in the bathroom.
No, but I remember it had the word retract and off the record.
Retract, off the record.
The fifth.
He did like you're in the video
game.
The
fifth. I plead the fifth. What'd you say?
he did really like your in the video game thing. He thought that was actually super smart. Again, Patrick's full of amazing ideas. This is why Disney pays him the big bucks. Let's be real.
I was thinking we should go to a specific video game, like in Castlevania.
In Castlevania?
Oh, did I say Castlevania?
Yeah.
What?
Cancel culture.
It's imbued. It's in my head. Let's say in Mario.
In Mario. Oh, so smart. Okay, so in Mario, well, we'll get into exactly what we're gonna do in a video game with Mario.
In Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, let's do Luigi's Mansion.
I want to chop that guy's head off in Luigi's Mansion.
You were just full of great ideas. This is amazing. So speaking of critics, this movie got a 33% of Rotten Tomatoes, which is insane. The thing you need to know about this movie, it had a $33 million budget that was far exceeded by Seagal's own pocketbook. But this movie made $80 million. This movie was a hit in theaters.
It was a hit.
Everything you read online, from even the date it was released, are critics saying how bad it is, how terrible it is, don't watch it, all of this stuff. And it is so obvious that Warner Brothers wanted this movie to crash. They wanted this movie to fail because Steven Seagal said, you know what, I can do things my way, and I don't need any of you to tell me or hold me back. So this is a really special one for us. This is a movie that shows against all odds. She persisted.
And yet, she persisted.
In a big way. I mean, with Seagal footing so much of the bill for this, he made, in his contracts, he just made a crap load of money from this. So very, very happy about that for him. And, Pat, now that you're a producer there at Walt Disney and, bridging the gap between HBO and, heading the DC universe thing with James Gunn, doing these big things, maybe now you got your foot in the door a little bit, you can, just maybe I can just come watch you work one day, just kind of, be like maybe an assistant for the day, like a ride along or something.
That's interesting. Like an unpaid internship kind of thing?
Yeah. We can start it that way. Yeah, exactly. Just like a little unpaid intern. Maybe just, you got your foot in the door now.
Drive me to work?
I can definitely drive you to work. Yeah, I can drive you to work, get your coffee, and, just kind of follow you from meeting to meeting and just, watch your back.
I don't know. I think it changed the dynamic of the podcast too much.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
No, it's good.
I mean, I just don't want you waiting on me. I don't want you to see me like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
You got stuff. You got a lot going on. What do you got going on?
God, I got so much going on. Yeah, just all sorts of stuff. Yeah, lots of stuff. So this movie got a 33% Rotten Tomatoes, which we disagree with, right? And from even a big time producer standpoint, Pat, you you can see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to learn a little bit like about the veil is being lifted, and I'm sort of trying to become an insider so we can take this thing down from the inside. And
yeah, you're almost there.
Yeah, and it's just kind of nice for us to like a little yin and yang. Like I'm on the inside, Will's out there on the streets, like not homeless, but like a man on the streets, like a man of the people.
Yeah, I just think it'd be cool. Like we can definitely still do that yin and yang thing, but like it would be cool if I was also like on the inside too, like because we work so good together. We work so good together as a team that both being on the inside.
But like, what would you do?
Like I could do all sorts of things. Like
what?
I mean, I'm a great writer. I can be a writer's assistant. I can do pre and pro production. I pre and post. I have experience with that. I'm an editor. I can be an editor, and also I have a huge resume of administrative assistants. So experience. So I could be. Yeah. There's actually a lot of different.
No,
shoes
I'm not busy. No. What are
you on a
about?
call right now?
Oh. It got Oh, we're doing a 4th season.
Are you on a call right now?
That is. Yeah, sorry, Will. I thought we were on break from recording.
No, you literally asked me what I would do if I worked.
Can I call you back, Lori? Yeah. Tell him I'm excited for the 4th and hopefully a 5th season. That's great. Thank you. Bye. What?
Well, let's just get back to it here. Sounds like you got some exciting stuff to get back to.
Yeah, the people are loving Velma.
Yeah. So, Scott Clark from US Weekly wrote, it probably goes without saying that Exit Wounds is loaded with plot holes and bad dialogue. Critics also note that Seagal has aged rather badly.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we carry the torch for Steven Seagal, but we're realists too. This man hasn't gotten any. I mean, he looks great in this movie compared to where he's at now. So,
I think so. In 2001, Steven Seagal is bordering on 50, 51, and this man,
he does look good,
is kicking ass for being in his early 50s. I mean, people say 50's over the hill, but I'm telling you, if you're Seagal, you're at the base, baby. You got a long way to climb before you're at your peak, because this man has never been better, and he proves it in this movie. So Scott Clark from US Weekly, this is off the record, and in Luigi's Mansion, I want to burn you at the stake. I want to burn you at the stake only after I make you walk hundreds of miles through the Sahara Desert. No water, no food, and there's just an electric prod behind you just poking you forward until you absolutely collapse from exhaustion. And once I know that you're absolutely collapsed from exhaustion, at that point, I do want to burn you alive. But you'll be asking for it. At that point, you'll be so happy to die that it'll honestly be a relief. In Luigi's Mansion.
And I will also be in Luigi's Mansion. And you know what? I think you were too hard. I think you were too hard, Scott. You motherfucker. You were too hard. The plot holes? The plot holes? What plot holes? This movie has no plot holes. Scott. So you know what I'm going to do with you in Luigi's Mansion? I'm going to take you in to the littlest room in Luigi's Mansion, and I'm going to lock the door. And if there's no windows in the littlest room in Luigi's Mansion, and no one will hear your screams, and then I will take your pants off, and your shoes, and your shirt, not really in that order, and I will begin. I have a tool belt on as well, and I pull out pliers, and I spin them between my fingers a bit, and I do the Tim the Tool Man noise as I pull out. I do the Tim the Tool Man noise every time I pull out one of your teeth. So I'm pulling out a tooth, and then I'm going, do it, Will? You do it really good, Will. Actually, Will's there, and he's doing it every time I pull one out. And then, once I get all those damn teeth out of your mouth, once I get all those pesky teeth out of your mouth, guess what that leaves room for? A big football. and I shove a big football into your mouth. And then you're a T, and I kick the football out of your mouth. 3 points. And then I smash your head in with a big hammer in Luigi's Mansion.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. So was that was that worth it, Scott? From US Weekly, was that worth that review that you got paid off by Warner Brothers to say their own movie? Yeah. Frank,
you know what when I spell US Weekly, I spell it with the other kind of weekly.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because they're weak.
That's a good one. All right, Frank Montini from Entertainment Now wrote, "The year may be 2001, but the film is the same old standard issue Seagal vehicle that could have easily come from his early 90s heyday." Ooh. Frank, let's be honest with you. What I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to
take me down to Luigi's Mansion.
In Luigi's Mansion, I'm going to find you on Facebook, and I'm going to post all these fake pictures of a very beautiful woman. Ones that are cute, not like too showing, so it's not very obvious. I'm going to have a lot of different fake accounts that I'm friends with that I've also created. We're talking like hundreds of friends, but something real. And I'm actually going to message you out of the blue, and I'm going to catfish you. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to have us meet up at a barn. And in this barn, there are these little slots where you will go in half of your body so that your top torso is laying down on your back, and then your bottom half, I'm going to strap your legs in so your asshole's showing. And in Luigi's Mansion, I'm going to just allow all sorts of different barn animals to run a train on you. In Luigi's Mansion, that's what I'm going to do. Like glory hole, like a glory hole. Do you get what I'm saying, Frank? Like a glory hole, but like in a barn setting where it's just your bottom half that's showing. So you're kind of dressed like Winnie the Pooh, but you can keep your socks and shoes on because it's cold and all of that stuff. Frank?
Yeah, good luck with that, Frank. And you know what else, Frank? In Luigi's Mansion.
Okay, Pat, tell him.
In Luigi's Mansion, at your house, I'm going into your house.
Okay.
Inside Luigi's Mansion. I'm waking you up. It's 2 a.m.
Oh boy, that's an early wake-up call.
I tell your wife, shut up, bitch.
Whoa.
I tell your wife, shut up, bitch. Go back to sleep.
Whoa.
I take you, Frank, into the other room. I don't even ask where your kids are. Okay?
Whoa.
Not my thing.
Okay. If you have them.
I take you. Hopefully he doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
honestly, this is something somebody would say if they were infertile, in my opinion. Just Frank. Look,
subtext is that
no
Frank's
offense, Frank, but also offense. Like, yeah, you sound infertile when you're saying things like this. You sound infertile and upset about it.
If you're infertile, so I break into your house inside Luigi's Mansion. Shut up, bitch! Slap your wife. She goes back to sleep. I take you downstairs.
I actually could see it. I could actually see that Frank's wife isn't too bothered by it. I think that she might actually be an alcoholic dealing with having to be in a relationship with this impotent, very aggressive, gross man, but she's like too scared to leave. So she's probably passed out drunk, doesn't even notice you in there. So you don't even have to slap her. Sorry, Pat. Can we just take it from the top?
No, she wants me to.
I just disagree.
Anyway.
No, well, hold on. I just disagree. I just don't think that that's not who Frank is in a relationship with. In my personal opinion, Frank's either completely alone and he is a divorcee, or if he is still in a relationship, I mean, God, he wrote this in 2001, Pat. I just don't think that she would be sticking around this guy for that long.
Right. You're right. You're right. So he lives by himself in like a motel or something. I kick in the door at his motel. He's all by himself.
Well, wait.
I have a laptop with me.
What kind of motel are we talking here? In what location? In Luigi's mansion?
It's like a Super 8, I guess.
Okay.
Like second floor.
Okay. All right. A Super 8, second floor. Is this like on the nice part of town or in the countryside?
It's like near the highway, like in like a tech center.
Okay. Very cool.
So
okay.
It's like
yeah.
It's like not great.
He still has some of that Entertainment Now money, but he's not doing too well.
And like, yeah, maybe he's kind of like saving his money and he's like picking like he could afford to stay somewhere nicer. I'll give him that, but he's kind of thrifty.
Gotcha. Okay. So take it from the top.
So I kick in the door.
Yeah. Okay. In Luigi's mansion.
Kick in the door. He's all alone.
Oh my God.
I pull out my laptop.
Wait. He's all alone.
My friend Will.
Okay. All right. Just take it a little slower.
Yeah. He's all alone.
Okay.
In this motel.
Is he surprised?
I pull out my laptop.
He's obviously surprised. He's shocked. He's probably scared shitless that you just busted in his door and you're pulling out a laptop.
He's stunned. He's absolutely stunned.
Okay.
He's aghast. Aghast.
So what's he wearing currently?
He's aghast. He's in his jammies.
Oh, because it's 2 a.m. Sorry.
Satin.
We forgot how
satin
early it was.
jammies.
Okay, he's wearing satin jammies. I like it. Okay.
TV's off. I kick in the door. I pull up my laptop. I'm like, look, my associate Bill, he's going to be here in 24 hours. He's going to do some of the most sick and twisted shit of all time to you. I go in detail about it, just how you did before I'm telling this story. And then I tell him, you know what? Not only that, but have you seen Mr. Hands? I just show him the Mr. Hands video and tell him to read up on Mr. Hands. Because Mr. Hands dies when that horse fucks his ass. So you think he's going to get out of that alive?
Yeah.
Out of your glory hole? Your farmhouse glory hole? You think he's going to get out of it alive getting dicked down by cows, pigs, horses,
goats,
chickens,
goats,
farmers? No, he's going to die. So mine is purely psychological. And then he has to wait 24 hours, heck, maybe 48 hours till you come scoop him up and do your sick deeds to him.
Now we're talking. See, I like this stuff. I think that this is exactly why Disney hired you and you're helping with all of this stuff and why they got you in grammar school and all that. I just think that it's amazing. You're full of these amazing ideas, and I just want you to know I think it's really cool that you're kind of leading the show over there.
Look out for season 2 of Velma. We got at least 3, hopefully 4 more seasons coming for you. First season was a smash hit, and I'm excited for you to see me on season 2, where I play Scooby-Doo.
Wow. Now tune in next week for our season finale episode where we go over Mac and Me. Let's go.
Movie boys.
Certified cinephiles.